Good day, FJL World. The question for the second week of the WhatsApp challenge was Sara owned a property that for many years was neglected and had become a garbage heap. All attempts to build on the property were for naught because of the difficulty in acquiring zoning or building rights. Sara decided to give up on the property and sell it at a cheap price. Eric showed up, bought it, and both parties were elated. Days passed, and Sara was driving by her old property when she noticed a huge sign displaying beautiful buildings and the words, "Luxurious condominiums and homes coming 2020. What was discovered? In a closed meeting at the municipality, the board finally decided to develop the entire area around Sara's old property, with plans for new residences, gyms, and parks. Eric, a member of the project team, was excited and quickly ran to purchase Sara's property at the low price. When Sara found out what had happened, she yelled and fought that she had been tricked and wanted to cancel the sale of her property, now that its value had gone to the roof. Eric argued that the sale was done and it satisfied both parties. With whom does the law side and why, Sara or Eric? There were no winners for the second week, but here is the answer to this question from the Jewish sources. Sara, in this case, would in fact be able to launch a complaint against Eric that the sale should be canceled. And the reason is because she did not have complete information of the value of the land at the time of the sale due to the municipality's plans. There is a biblical prohibition for a seller to overprice an item, and by extension, it is forbidden for a customer to buy a steal, price-wise speaking, if the seller is unaware of the true value. This is called wronging in biblical terms. The precedent case in the Talmud was about a city, Nahar Da'ah, that had a crippling famine, causing food prices to skyrocket. So crippling was the famine that some people had to sell their homes to buy food. Immediately after the sale of these homes took place, word got out that boats were on their way, ships carrying replenishing supplies that would soon put the famine to an end. The sellers came and complained, saying that had they known that these boats were on their way, obviously they wouldn't have sold their houses. And indeed, they went to the community rabbi, Rabbi Nachman, who set the story right and did his research and found that the boats had in fact left and really were on their way and got delayed, and maybe they would have already been at the city. He concluded that their complaint is legitimate, and then in that case, they were able to get their homes back, and of course the money back, and the money was given back in order to compensate them, and that precedent case would in fact be used in the case of Sara to reclaim her property, be able to sell it at the appropriate price that it now was valued at.